Man, let me get on this jump, man. What's up, fight fans? What's going on out there, everybody? Man, it is the homie. Mainman Mademan is in the building, man. Coming on through, chopping it up for some cool ass boxing talk tonight, man. Wanna come on through here tonight, everybody, and put a nice shiny bow on and wrap up this whole Regis Prograis and Devin Haney situation. You know what I mean? It's time to wrap it on up so we can move forward, move the fight forward and should the fight game forward. And I just want to see what these two dudes going to be laying at in the grand scheme of things, man. What is it looking like for the future of either one of these dudes? I'm very, very curious to know that, man. Once again, man, really good performance from Devin Haney, man. You got to give full credit where credit is due. And I think that anyone that don't want to get a dude full credit, man, you just straight up hating at this point. You know what I'm saying? Get a kid some credit, man. He deserves some credit. He went out there and got the job done. Went up there, moved up in weight, may even moved up on a lot of folks pound for pound list. You know what I mean? If you really keeping score, you got to ask yourself a real honest question. I mean, after this particular win that Devin just did, really keeping score. I mean, after this win that Devin Haney just did, I mean, does he move up a couple spots on the pound for pound list? You feel me? I think the answer in my cases would be yeah. How far up the list do we move? Maybe to the top 5. Maybe to the top 5. I think that's a worthy enough conversation when you think about it. I mean, come on. Earl Spence Jr. has lost. Jamel Charlo has lost. These were dudes that you may have once upon a time had in your top 5 pound for pound. And if you did have these dudes in your top 5 pound for pound, well, they lost. They got to be replaced. And I think honestly, what better? Who's doing what Devin is doing to get a little bit of momentum for him to move up into that top 5 if you're going to remove those two? Think about it. I mean, I get it. I listened to him and his pops and they talking his top, 1-2 pound for pound. I mean, no way. I don't even know if the conversation is even worth having, man. But there's no way in hell that no one's going to put Devin Haney above no Monster Inoue. And nobody ain't going to put Devin Haney above no Terrence Bud Crawford. Like, we ain't even gonna have that conversation. You feel me? It's not even a worthy conversation to have, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I do think he needs to go into the top 5 though. And the performance that he put on, he dusted Regis Prograis. I don't see Regis Prograis as the number 1 dude at the class. I think that's kind of being tossed around and said around a lot. But I don't really see Regis Prograis as the number 1 dude in the class. You know what I mean? I honestly, if you look at it, the situation, like, okay, Regis lost to Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor was already beat by Teo. So it's like Teo beat Josh and Josh already beat Regis. I can't put Devin above Teo. Even in the Lomachenko situation, Teo beat Loma before Devin did. Teo beat Loma before Devin did. That matters. That sticks. The fights that the Haneys will be claiming why they should be considered top whatever pound for pound would be the Lomachenko fight and of course, the Regis Prograis fight. So if those two fights are the ones that they're gonna be they claim to fame, then guess what? I gotta drill down on those fights. In Lomachenko's case, Teo had already beat him. Not to mention Loma wasn't at the best point of his career. Not to mention Loma was moving up in weight, not Devin being the one moving up in weight. As in like Shakur's case, say like who's my number 3 pound for pound because he moved up and beat Oscar Valdez. You know what I'm saying? He moved up and became the WBC champion at 35. And in those cases, it's unlike Devin's. He didn't move no like Lomachenko was the Asian dude. He was already beat. And in Regis' case, I just don't see him as the best guy at the class when Josh had already beat him and Teo beat Josh. To be real with you, and as crazy as this might sound, Teo beat Devin Haney to the punch on all of this shit. It doesn't. I mean, it's just the way it played out. You could say, yo, well, main man Teo lost, but I'm not saying Teo is top 5 pound for pound either. I'm just saying when you compare these things to okay, Teo has already done these things. Yeah, no, he wasn't undisputed, but he was damn near. He had the franchise belt instead of the WBC regular. You know what I mean? The only thing that hurts Teo's pound for pound cause, which once upon a time he was up there, but what hurts his cause is the fact that he's just coming off of a loss. But I'm not gonna act like that what Devin is doing is like above what Monster is doing, and we ain't, like I said, Bud ain't even part of this conversation. It's not even worth the sounds. It's not even worth the energy. I mean, it's crazy. The crazy thing about this, hey, salute to my homie Muhammad Toll. I see you up in here, man. We got a light crew up in here tonight. I see, man. But I wanna give major thanks to my G Muhammad Toll for still being up in here with me tonight, my man. What's up with you, man? He say, yo, man, Devin should be 5 or 6 on the pound for pound list. Yeah, I can see that for sure. Maybe 5. I can see him definitely in that 5th slot. With Earl losing, with Jamel losing. Yeah, I think there's room for Devin somewhere up in there at this point. Becoming undisputed, moving up in the beating program. Yeah, there's some room in there. There's definitely some room in there. Him and Shakur. You know what I'm saying? Him and Shakur. But at the end of the day, bro, I just think that what Devin is doing is good. It's a great what he's forming, what he's putting together, what he's building. All of that's looking good. It's a work in progress. All that, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna go but so far with it. I mean, honestly, I think it was real strategic that the Haneys picked Regis Prograis. They knew what they were going to take advantage of. What do we call him, Muhammad told Water World. We knew that Regis Prograis was not going to be able to find what? Land. Did we not call that right before the fight? Did we not call this dude Kevin Costner? This fool gonna be Waterworld. Somebody say, yo, main man, Waterworld was a bus. Waterworld was a bust. It was worth all that money, and then it flopped. Hey, the fact of the matter is, look, Regis could not find land. Simple and Simon. And for Devin Haney to go up there and get that kind of performance, setting records, man, of percentages and of percentages landed and all of this stuff, man, like that's noteworthy. That's real noteworthy. But don't get it twisted, everybody. Though that was a real good performance on Regis, if you ask me how does Gervonta Davis match up with Devin, I still favor Tank. If you ask me how Shakur Stevenson matches up with Devin, I still favor Shakur. What Devin did against Regis, Shakur is a master of. It's just like we forget, you know, when Shakur does it, the Devin Haney fans don't like it. But when Devin do it, the Shakur, you know, listen. What you saw Devin do last weekend is what Shakur been doing. He's been taking away tools. He's been having the lowest landed percentages landed on him and all of it. Like this is nothing new for Shakur. And I'm getting it. Bill Haney gonna run around here promote it. He gonna yell from the rooftops. He's special and he's this and he that. Hey Bill, I don't know where you been at, Holmes. I don't know where you been. But Shakur's been doing this. You can't be throwing your son up to the top of the charts when there's other fighters outdoing him. Shakur's been moving up in weight. Your son just moved up in weight one time. Shakur's done it twice. He's been pitching shutouts. He's been having lowest landed percentages. You know what I'm saying? So it just, like I said, we get caught up in these moments. It's all rah-rah for a lot of fan bases, and I totally understand. But when we drill down on this and we look around and say, hey, is anyone else doing this? Well, actually, Teo had all of the belts at 35 at one time. Teo beat Lomachenko too. Oh, okay. So someone's done that. How about moved up and took on the best guy at 40? Has anyone done it? Well, Teo's already done that. He's already done that. You know what I mean? Salute to the last of a dying breed that's up in here tonight, man. Salute to my homie, last of a dying breed. Chilling, man. Hey, Muhammad told us, say, yo, man, Water World. You damn sure said it before the fight. Hey, bro, they was not going to find land. Let's put it on the screen. Yeah, I ain't got to believe, you ain't got to take my word for it. Let's just put it on the screen, fight fans. Let's take a quick glimpse at the CompuBox stats for those who missed it. Look at this shit, man. Let me get that band up out of our way, bro. Look at this, man. That's piss poor, bro. Look at this. This fool Regis Prograis literally landed 9% of his punches. Lord. 9%. Dog, you would have thought someone could get a guy in there, covered their eyes with a slingshot, and landed more than 9%. 9%? That's ridiculous, bro. Look how many total punches he landed. 30, what's that, 36 punches? That's horrible. Talk about everything taken away from him, and the man could not find land. He couldn't find land, fight fans. The white dove didn't come back with a twig in his mouth. The white dove did not come back with the twig in his mouth, fight fans. There was no land found. Regis Prograis was just swimming and drowning. This is unheard of. This guy's supposed to be a champion, landing 9% of your punches. And people say, yo, man, you know, you was being a little too hard on Regis. Hard on Regis, bro. That was an embarrassment. You don't lose your belt that easy like that. Like, and then you don't have no gumption about it. You don't try something different. You don't experiment. You don't jump on them. You don't nothing. And people think I'm being soft on. No, not at all, bro. Look at this, man. So look at 36%. 36 punches landed out of 363 punches thrown. That means that everything was taken away from him. He ain't had nothing but his damn socks. He had nothing but his socks. Salute to the homie Derek Bradley that just pulled on through. Salute to you, champ. What up, man? Yeah, he looked clunky and slow. It was terrible. You don't lose your belt like that, bro. Like, you take a risk, you take a chance, hit him in the nuts. I don't give a damn. Do something. But you just sat there and just got your face boxed off. Your back foot looked like it needed CPR. The man's back foot needed the Heimlich or some shit, bro. That joint was just dragging. So this was terrible, man. Look at each round, bro. Round one, Regis Prograis lands no jabs. Look at his jabs. Everything fell short. Look at his jabs. How do you go 0 for 19 jabs in round one? How you don't land one jab? How many rounds did he go landing zero? He won round 1, round 3, round 4, round 5, round 7, round 8, round 10, round 11. Bro, he landed 0 jabs in all of these rounds. But look how many he threw. That's sickening. Total punches is even worse. How do you land 2 total punches out of 32 punches thrown in the round? Bro, like, no chances, no risks. Look at the power punches department. Forget the landing point. This is the part that sticks out to me, except in round 12, right? Where he kind of kicked it up a little bit. But the number that stands out to me in the power punches department for Prograis is not the landed, it's the attempts. You're attempting 5 power punches in round 4. 5. That's no risk. That's no risk. You're trying 6 power punches in round 6. So let me get this straight. In round 6, you threw a total of 6 power punches and landed 1 jab. This is crazy, bro. Man, Regis showed up and was flat, man. And this right here, fight fans, these punch stats are just pathetic. Round 12 was the only round he threw 20 power shots. That's what he woke up at, right? I came in on my broadcast in the 12th round, and I said, hey, if he would have been throwing like this all fight, he would have had more success. This fool took no chances. Took no chances, man. So terrible, terrible lopsided fight right here. The numbers are definitely reflected. If we look at Devin Haney, when it comes to total punches, he basically outlanded Regis in every single round. And looking like his best round was probably round 8. 15 punches landed out of 39 thrown. 38 landed percentage. God Lord have him. Devin was on the outside just touching Regis, and Regis couldn't do nothing about it. Just couldn't do nothing about it. Touching him from a dimension, from a range that Regis could never go. Could never go. Devin was Captain Kirk and Regis was a freaking Cleon. Simple and Simon. Last but not least, total power punches, right? Look here. You would think if Regis only landed 5 jabs in the entire 5 jabs landed out of 251. That's embarrassing, bro. 5 jabs out of 250 jabs. I don't know if I've ever seen numbers this bad, bro. And y'all know we cover the numbers after every major fight. I've never seen them look this damn bad. Have we ever seen them look this bad? 5 total jabs out of 200. I would have just stopped throwing after about 150 jabs. If I ain't landing but 2, 3 jabs and I didn't threw 150 jabs, why am I still throwing jabs? It's time for some straight lefts. Something. I'm going to the back. Matter of fact, let me look at Regis' body. Regis' total body punches he landed was 23 total punches to the body. Okay, with 23 total. That was decent body work. That was actually sub decent body work. He should have stayed with that, man. I didn't see 23 punches landed to Devin's body, but I guess they said it. They said it. This is terrible. This is terrible. This is Regis getting totally outclassed. Regis' best round that he landed in, real spill, fight fans. As crazy as this sounds, was the first round. That was his best landed round. 18%. That's as good as he gets. Sheesh. Salute to Devin Haney, man. This was a good performance. You can't take this away. Can't take this away. Charlo didn't throw a lot against Canelo, but not this bad. Yeah, he didn't really commit much versus Canelo, but bro, come on, man. Bro, how do you go this many rounds with landing 0 jab? Look at round 7 for Regis. This fool landed 2 punches. Bro, I take that back. There's numerous rounds where he only landed 2 punches. Awful, bro. Awful, man. Awful, bro. Awful. It is what it is, man. Look, Regis is it's as simple as this, everybody. And I think we reached this conclusion after the fight the other night. Regis Prograis has to be matched up well. He has to. You know what I mean? He has to. He can't be matched up with mobile guys. He can't be matched up with dudes who want to move and look to box him and so on and so forth. If he continues to go forward with Eddie Hearn, bro, they will have to match him up very, very well. Now, listening to Regis Prograis in the post-fight press conference, Regis doesn't seem like he interested in starting over, which I think is the best thing for him, truth be told. And I get it, man, he's 34, 35 years old. You know, it's not best for Regis Prograis to start right on over. But here's the deal, fight fans. If we're gonna be truthful about this and we're gonna keep it a buck, like where the hell is he gonna go? For real. Teofimo Lopez would be the best thing maybe for him. But I don't see Teo wanting to do that. Why would he fight Regis when he fought Josh? The guy that beat Regis. Regis don't got a belt. Regis don't got a name like that. He don't have a rabid fan base. He's not a big enough name to cross networks. Regis is in no man's land, bro. I'm telling y'all what it is. Eddie ain't gonna say it, but Eddie is definitely thinking it. What can I do for you? I honestly think he only got Regis there just to get Devin back. That was it. What I'm listening to Eddie in recent interviews, bro. the the way he's talk when he's talk he was only invested in Regis, in my opinion, just to lure Devin back because he knew that Devin was coming back. I think he knew that after Devin ran over to the top ranking Bob, he was gonna come back. But he knew the only way to get Devin back was he had to get some smoke. He had to give Devin a name. He had to give Devin somebody to fight. Devin ain't had nobody to fight on the zone but Ryan. And Oscar and Ryan, I mean Oscar and Eddie, well, they wasn't doing business for a long time over that Canelo fallout. So it's like, bro, Regis was basically brought to the zone to entice Devin to come back. Now that he's lost, what are they gonna do with him? Maybe Eddie can feed him to some of his UK local yokel dudes. I don't know. John Wright has already got a fight, right? Other than that, I mean, that's the best I can see for Regis is gonna have to hit the reset button, man. Not to mention Regis can't fight Teo with ESPN and Top Rank. They're not gonna do that fight. Regis is going to have to hit the reset button. I heard him say Sabril Mateus' name. Maybe he'll see he can fight Sabril Mateus. That ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. A matchroom fighter is not fighting a premier boxing champion fighter right now. That's just not going to happen. No way, no how. Premier boxing champions is still trying to get their Amazon situation all together. You think that they're going to give away their fighters to some DAZN when they're trying to get a foothold with Amazon? How much business sense does that make? Sabril Mateus rocks out with PBC last I checked. That fight will be reserved for a Gervonta Davis or Gary Antoine Russell, not a Regis Prograis. Not a Regis Prograis. So if he can't go after Teo because of network politics, if he can't go after Sabril Mateus because of network politics, he just saw Devin has a belt. I mean, Rolly's over there with PBC. That's not going to happen. So where's Regis going to go? And Regis is saying in the post-fight press conference, he's not leaving 140. That's not even in the cards. Regis says he wants to become a 3-time champion, so he's going to stay at 140. He's going to try to become a champion, and after he become a champion, he's going to go to MMA. I'm like, what the hell? You done got your face boxed off so much that now you think that you John Jones or some damn body. You going to MMA all of a sudden at 34, 35 years old. You're going to be doing figure four leg locks and shit at 35 years old. Come on, Regis. And like we talked about before the fight, everybody, Regis cannot go to 47. That's no man's land. That's no man's land. You know what I mean? What are you going to do? Tank got a good win at 140. Why is he reluctant to fight Devin at the same weight? You got to understand, bro. Tank don't want to fight Devin because Devin don't want to fight Tank. See, Bill Haney has done a tremendous job of flipping the narrative and switching these narratives around. Nah, we not. Listen, they've done a magnificent job of avoiding Tank, but using his name to help them raise their star power. They never done any of the necessary things to honestly get the Gervonta Davis fight outside of going to some platform, talking up a bunch of crap, getting the fans all riled up. But when it comes to action, which we just had this conversation, action is everything. It ain't about the words, it's about action. The human race's language is action. We learn from repetition. We learn from looking at things, not from hearing talks and words. And so I look at their actions, homie, and going over there to Bob, locking yourself down for 3 fights. You know that Tank ain't gonna do that. Going back to Eddie on a promise or a promissory note or whatever y'all got going on, you know that Tank ain't gonna do that. You know, you even if y'all want to say, well, Devin Haney was holding the belts at 35, man, look, all of that sound good, but was he going to PBC? Simple. Tank is the cash cow. Tank is the one that's in demand. Tank has the biggest gates, the biggest pay-per-views. Tank ain't got to do anything for Devin. Simple and Simon. Tank is the people's champ. You can't replicate what Tank got going on. You can't talk your way to it. You can't cheerlead your way to it. You can't pay people off. No, Tank shit is original it's built from the ground up. It's built from the mud. It's from the mud. And so it's like one of them things. Tank ain't got to do nothing. The question is, what are they doing to get the Tank fight outside of just barking? Did they call Al? Did they try to do a deal with Al? Did they sit down and really try to do, or did they go from Bob to Eddie, or from Eddie to Bob? Which one is it? Because last time I checked, that's what it looked like to me. It was all smoke and mirrors, man. And they still don't want it. If they wanted it, I can't tell. Locking yourself in with Eddie Hearn. Why do y'all think that Eddie ain't saying Tank's name? If you look at the interviews in the last 48 hours, you'll be hard pressed to find an interview of Eddie Hearn speaking on Gervonta Davis, because he don't want that fight. He knows what that fight entails. He would have to do business with PBC, which he knows is off the table. He will risk losing Devin again. The same way that Canelo ran from him to come over there to PBC and say, hey, Al, you got 3 fights for me, huh? Okay, cool. I'm locked in. That can happen to Eddie as well. Trust me when I tell y'all, fight fans, and I can see it clear as day. Eddie don't want that fight. He will talk up Ryan. He will talk up Teo. He will be very reluctant to talk up Tank, because business-wise, that's the one fight that Eddie probably couldn't be a part of. He already lost out huge with Canelo. Canelo just did the fight with Charlo. Eddie don't get a cent. Eddie ain't involved. Eddie can't be involved with Canelo for 2 more fights. David Benavidez fight, he can't be involved. And it's the same way if Devin was to go to Tank. Eddie can't be involved. So who really want to fight? That's what I look at. I look at the real, not the fluff. Now, oh yeah, Tank is ain't this and he ain't that. I'm out here. Nah, that shit don't mean nothing, homie. Tank ain't got to do that, because he earned a lane. That his lane is people love to still see him fight. He got that Mike Tyson thing going on. He got that Mike Tyson from 1987. He got that Tyson from 88 going on. Everyone wanted it. There were some good fighters around when Tyson was fighting, right? Larry Holmes was champ before Tyson fought Larry. Tyson was already like the people's guy coming through the ranks. It was the story. It was the performance. It was the relatability. Tank got that. He has that it. Even to this day, I can see. There's a lot of boxing folks who I can debate with, and they'll tell me, yo, man, Tyson wasn't all that, bro. I mean, when you look back, he didn't do this, he didn't do that, he didn't fight this guy, he didn't fight that guy. He lost against the best in his career. I don't know how good that Tyson really was, but you tell that to the people. They look at Mike Tyson today. They love him. They love him. Mike Tyson done bit ears off fighters' heads. He done lunched out on so many different occasions, and the people still roll with him. He's the most popular figure in boxing today. You can't replicate that, man. They don't sell that shit in Walmart. You can't talk your way that's that right there. You can't talk that up. Y'all can say, well, man, Floyd did, Floyd started out Tank. Granted, but Floyd ain't been around Tank for a minute now. And Tank been kind of holding this thing on his own. So my point I'm saying to y'all is that Tank ain't got to do this. When you got that thing going, where the people you are the people's choice. I'm going to say that one more time, because the people's champ word gets thrown around a lot. Let's rephrase that. He's the people's choice, whether he's a champ or not. Mike Tyson wasn't a champ, but he still was the people's choice. Correct me if I'm wrong. Stop me when I'm wrong. You can't replicate the it. It's called the it. There you go, Muhammad. It's the it. That it is. This fool brought out Madonna, bro. Madonna. The biggest star that we saw at Devon's was John Legend and shit. And John Legend don't even probably know what's going on. Take all of me. What's going on? John Legend was the biggest star in there. Meanwhile, Tank got Madonna. Hey, salute to my homie G Benson up in here, man. Salute to you, G Benson. What's goody, man? He said, yo, with the amount of talent at the top of 140, I'm hard pressed to see Regis becoming a champion again. I think that he loses to everyone with the possible exception of Rolly, and even that would be competitive. Yeah, hey, Be real with you, Rolly versus Regis, yeah, it will be competitive. Bro, the physicality. And Rolly is a power puncher. He's looking for a power punching fight. I don't see Regis beating Teo. I don't see him beating him and Sabril Mateus would be interesting. I just think that Teo got layers to his game. If Teo want to box, he'll box. If Teo want to brawl, he'll brawl. Knowing that just Teo has that tool to, if he want to step to the outside and just be that boxer, string together combinations, he could. And I think that Teo would do it in a more bruising fashion. And on top of that, he's too young, too strong. I just think that Regis he's on the downslide, man. He's on the decline. You know that window is closing. And it's all good. I can't see who he beats there, dude. I do think that him and Sabril Mateus though would be interesting because Sabril Mateus, he got that wild man thing going. Derek Bailey says, "Yo, man, right? Tank got more exciting wins. Haney got wins against better opponents." Yeah, Tank. See, listen, man. Tank has one punch knockout power. At least they've marketed him in that fashion. Like the people he's fighting, he's knocking out with one shot. That shot he hit Leo Santa Cruz with was played everywhere. When you have that sells, that markets you. Devin don't have that. He wants that. He hopes that one day have that. I don't think he'll ever get it. It's just not who he is. It's just not who he is. You know what I'm saying? So let's see, man. We'll listen to a little bit of some of their post-fight press conference. Just kind of listen to these folks in their own words, man, and we're gonna comment accordingly. Now, I ain't got much on Regis other than what we just talked about. The one thing I will say from Regis, though, Regis talked about Devin's power. Power is being the biggest subject when it comes to Devin Haney. And Regis says that, yo, man, Devin don't have like one shot power, hard power, but he do got sneaky power. And he got basically his power is based in speed because he hits you with shots that you can't see because he's so fast. He can sneak those fast shots in there. And those two can be the ones that hurt you. The ones you don't see coming are the worst ones. And see, Devin has that. He don't have the power to like hurt you probably front on if you can see it coming or if you can brace for it. But if you're in the middle of a combination, can he slice you with something that you don't see between your combinations? Perhaps so. And those are some sneaky shots. Can he keep you down? I don't know. I don't know. But it's still not considered a power puncher. And he just, when it comes to knockouts, it's been a long time. Nothing sells. Hear me clear, fight fans. There's nothing in boxing that sells more than knockouts. Period. I don't care who you are. Deontay Wilder got as far as he got based on what? Knockouts. Not being skillful. Deontay Wilder's taking the loss. He's still the most popular heavyweight on American soil. Why? Because everyone to see him knock out somebody. That fight between him and Joshua, you ask me who's more skilled between Joshua and Wilder. I may tell you Joshua, but who's going to win that fight? I'm going to say Deontay Wilder all day. The deal is, bro, that knockout, you can't, that knockout power is everything in boxing. It is the most marketable tool in the sport of boxing. See, we just did a good job over here that people trying to replicate with lineals and pound for pound talk and knockout artist talk. We did that for a little known fighter named Terrence Bud Crawford. And so everyone wants to go down that route. But here's the deal. The thing is, the number one way to always move a fighter is if he's a knockout artist, if he has power. He's so easy to market and promote. You know what I'm saying? Real spiel. So let's listen to a little bit of this audio, everybody. And we're going to just, like I said, comment accordingly. And we can start on with a little, basically all of my audio clips out of Haney's. Like I said, Regis didn't have much to say. He's going to go spend time with the family. Going to see what he can get done. Try to become a third champion again. If not, he's off the MMA. Regis, we don't see it, bro. You got to give your foot. You got to get that thing some you gotta get that shit a AED or some shit, man. You don't know, man. Clear, wake that bitch up. You know what I'm saying? But let's see this in one. So this is Devin Haney. Let me turn the volume up some. This is Devin Haney speaking on some of his opening words. And let's listen to a little bit of Devin Haney.
I knew that if I went in there and stuck to the game plan and I was in there disciplined and it would work out. But like I said, I knew that I was levels above him, and these guys, I'm levels above them. But I was killing myself to make 135 so much. So when I would get into a fight, I would go into the fight and I would be, depleted. I wouldn't be my best self. So now, I'm able to go in there and be the real Devin Haney. I knew.
See, that talk right there, this is what we was talking about before the fight, bro. You running around talking about some, oh yeah, I was so depleted at 135, that the same division that you were still holding titles down in, hoping for that Tank fight, right? Even though you were over there with Eddie, but whatever. The fact is, at the end of the day, bro, we can never, no Haney fan, no Devin Haney fan can run around calling Gervonta Davis a weight bully. When this man is self-admittedly, he stayed at the weight well too long. When even boxing fans started to see, like, bro, you need to move up. You might can get yourself a little bit more power if you move up. So no one can call nobody nobody can call Gervonta Davis no weight bully. I don't want to hear it, bro. You can't. No one can criticize his. At least no Haney fan. You can't criticize his Leo Santa Cruz performance. You can't criticize any other fighter he fought, Mario Barrios, any of these dudes. Why? Because at the very least, you could say, "Oh, Tank was bigger than these dudes." Then what the hell was Devin? He was bigger than everybody down there, bro. Everybody. But he says that the reason he's, didn't have the power, or he would look good in sparring, he would be, hurting these guys in sparring, but when the fight would come around, he just wouldn't have it. See, there's a difference between, and that's another thing too, fight fans. There's a difference between hurting somebody and knocking somebody out. You can hurt somebody all day. You can't market no one off because you're constantly hurting somebody. No, you need the knockout. You need that video, that clip of the man staggering, of the man on the ground. You need that thumbnail. Not, you can't play a thumbnail of somebody getting hurt. So it's one thing to say you hurting people. There's another thing to say you knocking people out. You know what I'm saying? Real spiel. But I hear Devin, man, he says his move up to 40 should make him a bit better in that department, man. We'll see. This is Devin Haney speaking on what lies ahead for him possibly
I don't
next.
know. I want to talk with my dad, and see what's next. But I want to do a fight at 147. But it's a lot of big fights at 140. But I'm into making the biggest, best fights happen in the sport of boxing. That's where I'm at in it. That's where I'm at in it right now. I became undisputed at 140. 135. And, I made history, and, I'm in history books forever. But now, I want to make the biggest fights happen for, the most money, to be honest.
Uh-oh. When we hear that statement, what that mean, fight fans? I want to make the biggest fights available for the most amount of money. That is politics, smolitics talk, bro. Damn, Devin, you done gave up on the legacy already, though. We chasing that cash already. When we hear that kind of talk, that's never, 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 never good. The biggest fights for the most amount of money, which takes probably a lot of fights off the table. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we'll see what that may or may not be. Now, the good thing about Devin is that, look, Devin already has a high baseline, because he's been actually being paid very decently in his fights as of recent. So any promoter, especially with the bigger names, they're gonna be having to see this dude. And plus, he's his own promoter as well. They're gonna have to see him in the check department. And this may be an issue for the Tank team. They may look at Devin and say, bro, you don't sell like we sell. I get it. In your world, you the shit. In your little world, you the shit. But in our $21+ million world at the gate, no, that ain't nothing. Yeah, you put 16,000 in the arena. Did you got a $20 million gate? That's what they looking at. And Devin may want to price himself accordingly for what he's doing in his world. 16,000, undisputed, 2 division champion, beating Prograis. He looking at it like, look, man, that deserves some cash right there. But Tank and them looking at him like, man, you ain't shit. They ain't shit. You can fool the people, bro, but we know what it really is. That's how they looking at it. But once again, Devin has already been getting paid very well from Eddie. He was getting paid very decently from Bob. So his baseline is already high. He's already in the minimum, $2 to $3 million category. He's already there minimally. And that says a lot for a lot of fighters around his age group. Outside of Gervonta Davis, not many of them clocking dollars like that. And that's keeping it 100. Even Shakur. Y'all know he over there with cheap ass Bob. Well, Shakur, I want to pay ya, but where will we get the money? You know what I'm saying? Oh, cheap ass Bob and shit. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. So, what Devin is talking that money, he want the money, man. But in order to get the money, he's gonna have to be big name fights. It's gonna have to be Teo. It's gonna have to be Tank. We're gonna have to talk Shakur, maybe Rolly. But I think the highest probability fight fans, and we're gonna talk definitely about this. The highest probability is perhaps is Ryan Garcia. Matter of fact, I got this right here. Ryan Garcia, fresh after the fight, him and Oscar, or took to social media with the dumb quickness. Haney is good, but no doubt. Haney is good, no doubt. But I know him all too well, and I will beat him. Good stuff tonight. Congrats. But this year we are going to run it. Now, I don't know how many of us believe that. We've been around the Marbury bush already with this shit. Ryan has once upon a time was Devin Haney's mandatory when they were down at 135. When Devin had the WBC, Ryan hadn't have anything to do with Devin Haney. And instead of facing Devin Haney, he fought the guy that the WBC deemed to be the other mandatory if Ryan didn't fight, the backup guy. And Ryan decided to fight him. And then on top of that, when he came back, he had all of these supposedly issues and he didn't want to fight Devin Haney. It was just crap. It ain't make sense to nobody. And what was really so bad about it is the fact that both of them was on the same network, just like they are now. Just like they are now. Ain't nothing changed. The only thing that may have changed is maybe Oscar's and Eddie's relationship may have somewhat mended since Canelo is not in town no more. Maybe that because they have been doing fights, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. John Ryder is fighting. Who is he fighting over there with? One of Oscar's fighters. It'll come to me. But one of Eddie's fighters is fighting already one of Oscar's fighters very soon. So, maybe they've mended that relationship. They put it behind them since Canelo is gone over there to Al right now. Neither one of them got Canelo. You know what I'm saying? And who knows? Maybe DAZN, who I'm sure is tired of losing at this point and tired of coming in second and third place. They probably looking at it like y'all two better get it together. Real spill, because we need these fights. A Devin versus Ryan fight is something that DAZN desperately needs. So I don't know. Ryan Garcia is saying he down with it. We know that Ryan and Devin got history that goes all the way back to the amateurs. They've fought and won against each other in the amateurs. So they got a lot of history, man. And Ryan is coming off of a somewhat decent win against Duarte. You know what I mean? He stopped coming off of a stoppage. I honestly think that Ryan and Devin is a real good fight. A real good fight. A real good fight. So this is the fight that has, to me, the highest probability if we want to talk mega fights or big fights for Devin Haney in a realistic light. The Tank fight, maybe if the fans continue to keep the pressure up and keep doing what they doing, in a couple years, maybe we get there. And if I can see that. And if Devin Haney makes the right moves politically to put himself into a situation where you basically cornering Tank or forcing Tank to have to fight you, then maybe we can talk. But one or the other got to happen. Either the fans going to have to keep banging these drums and get the noise so loud like we got to Crawford and Spence, two black fighters from two separate networks that the networks were very reluctant to want to really make. In order for them to get to that point, the fans got to, I guess, keep doing what they're doing. And hopefully, eventually, the noise gets so loud where they can't resist it. But until we get to that point, fight fans, we're not there. We're just not there. They ain't tripping off fighting Devin one way or the other, in my opinion. They're not going to break their backs to go and fight Devin Haney. They're just not. You know what I'm saying? Oscar De La Hoya says, yo, man, I'm going to push for Ryan Garcia versus that Devin Haney. Let's go. Sound good. All of this sound good. I love to see Oscar chiming in on this. That's a good thing. This is a real good thing. This is a good fight. It's a huge fight for DAZN. It takes over a major conversation in boxing. Ryan Garcia ain't done nothing in the fight game. Call it for what y'all want, fight fans. Oh, he's moved up in weight. Whoop de freaking do. He moved up in weight. Did he win a belt? Did he even win an intercontinental belt? Did he win a franchise belt? Did he win anything? Ryan is never touched a belt ever. So it's cool to move up to 40, but hopefully he ain't just do it for decoration. And hopefully he moves up and go after his first world title on his own network. It just makes sense, fight fans. It just makes sense. So that's possible, man. You know, Ryan and Oscar's talking real good. We'll see how far it goes. You know what I'm saying? Also, what's next ahead for Devin Haney? I listened to Bill Haney in recent interviews, and he says that he talked to Peter Khan, who I supposedly the handlers of Sabril Mateus, and offered them a fight the next morning after the fight. Now, fight fans, you know, Bill Haney ain't celebrate, he ain't do anything. He went to sleep that night and he woke up the following morning and he called Sabril Mateus at the top of the morning. Yeah, I really believe that. Yeah, I really believe that. But according to Bill Haney, he says that they talked to Sabril Mateus's people, and Sabril Mateus wants $4 million. That's according to Bill Haney. Now, listen, Sabril Mateus once again sits over there, fights with PBC. If you're going to ask him to walk away from an Al Heyman situation, I can only imagine you're going to have to pay the man top dollar. I can only imagine. But either way it goes, that fight just to me just not have the realm of possibility. I don't think that any PBC fighters in the cards for Devin Haney. That's not going to happen. Especially Sabril Mateus, who has an IBF championship. When they got fighters at 140 who would love to get that fight in PBC's own stable, mainly Gary Antoine Russell. So that ain't gonna happen, champ. Ain't gonna happen, man. Ain't gonna happen. But to Sabril Mateus, man, my guess is if you gonna cross out, man, you better charge top dollar. You know what I'm saying? Mr. All Hell Breaks Loose says, yo, Ryan don't want that smoke. He was Mando at 35 and walked around with that interim belt happy as fuck. Oh, he had an interim belt at 35? I forgot he had that. I forgot he even had that. I really never considered the interim belt a belt. I guess. Yeah, he walking around with an interim belt. Well, I tell you, well, interims. You know what I mean? Derek Bailey says, yo, Teo for a fight would be good. Two dads in the corner, too, sells itself. Big facts. Oh, man. Imagine that, man. Teo Sr. versus Bill Haney. Oh, man. Hey, Slim, I heard Bill Haney in a recent interview. He said, yeah, man, I'm going to go past the liquor store, man. I'm going to see if I can catch up with him. Hey, your boy Bill Haney be brutal, bro. He be brutal, man. He be brutal. He said, I'm going to go past the liquor store, see if I can catch up with Teo and his pops, man. That's crazy. Let's keep it pushing, though, man. So that's what Devin Haney is speaking on was next for him. He's saying he want the money, big name fights, and big name fights only. Let's keep it pushing. Let's see what Devin is talking about. Right,
I was depleting myself so much, and you know, I couldn't understand how I was hurting, you know, guys in the gym, you know,
every sparring session
when I get into a fight, and my power wouldn't be there. But it was because I was just depleting myself so much, killing myself to make the weight, that I was leaving it all, you know, in the gym. In this fight, you know, I wasn't even, you know, trying to, you know, punch hard, and I was hurting him, knocking him down, and I knocked him down and stuff like that. At 135, I was
I mean, look, bro, like I told you, man, he looked stronger at 40, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like, you know, he was freaking like the Incredible Hulk or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Yeah, did he look more powerful at 40 than he does at 35? Yeah, I will admit. I mean, he hurt Regis. But then again, if you hitting Regis so many times and he can't touch you, I mean, I don't know, fight fans. But did he look more stronger? Sure. But did he look like he was the Incredible Hulk? No. You know what I mean? Am I still like a firm believer that Devin Haney is a power puncher? No, not at all. But you ain't gotta be, but with his skill set, you ain't gotta be a power puncher. All you need is honest, respectable power, bro. Stop chasing the unicorn. You ain't got to be Tank, man. I get it. It works for Tank. It's great for marketability. It's just not who you are. Don't injure yourself, bro. Don't sit there and overthink that. You know what I'm saying? I get it. The fans gonna knock you on. You ain't got no power. You ain't got no power. It is what it is. Floyd ain't had no power in his last few years, and he still was Floyd. but you do have honest, like keep you honest, I guess, type power. You know what I'm saying? I can see that. But the thing is though, boxing the way that Haney boxes, the lack of killer instinct, and most importantly, from what I noticed in the fight, and this is not a diss, it's just who he is as a fighter. And people just got to be realistic about it. His punch selection is what keeps him from getting more knockouts than anything. That's what it is, bro. He's he's a certain kind of fighter, and it's fine. He's a jabber, he's a mover, he's an IQ. He likes to use the IQ. He want to take your weapons away. You can't want to be that fighter on one hand, and then on the other hand be a power puncher. You got to make up your mind, find your identity, and just be that guy. Simple as that. If you are a boxer that just has respectable power, enough that if I keep putting them on you more than too many of them on you, that I am going to drop you. That's cool. Even if you ain't, if you are Paulie Malignaggi, if you are Paulie Malignaggi, a guy who couldn't bust a freaking pumpkin seed, if you are Paulie Malignaggi, Paulie still was a two-time champ. Paulie still was a two-time champ. You just got to be who you are, Joe. When you became the reason you got your bell rung against Jorge Linares was because you was trying to prove to the people that I can punch, and look what happened. You almost got wiped out, and that's why your pops is trying to keep you disciplined and keep you full, because he want to keep you being who you are. When in that fight, he had Regis hurt a couple times, and we didn't see him go after Regis everybody. It's because his father is mindful, bro. Like, I'm not gonna put you in that situation again. You ain't got to prove to me. You ain't got to prove to these people, man. No, take that step back. Go back on the jab. Get back on the right hand. Get back to moving to your left. Get back to using that range and distance. No need to give him nothing, because Lord knows standing there trading with him puts him in the fight. Right? So at the end of the day, man, Devin just got to learn to be comfortable with himself, man. You know what I mean? And just shake it off, dog. It's who Tank is as a fighter. It ain't who Shakur is as a fighter. I've never done a video and called Shakur Stevenson a power puncher. Not one time. It's just who he is, dog. Simple as that. It's just who he is. Let's keep on going, man. Let's keep on listening to
I
Devin.
wanted to fight. I knew that I could hurt him. I knew that I was hurting him. But every round, my dad would. I went back to the corner. My dad would say, "Just stay focused. Keep sticking to the game plan. You beat him easy. Keep breaking him down." And that's what I was doing.
Exactly.
And it comes with experience. In the Linares fight, I was breaking him down. He was going down fast, but I got too greedy, and that's when I got hit with a shot that I shouldn't have got hit with. So in this fight, with the experience, we just stuck to the game plan, and if the knockout was to come, then it was going to come. But we didn't want to get too greedy. I wanted.
And see, that's where he would struggle at big time with Gervonta Davis. Because see, either way that Devin will want to fight Tank Davis, Tank can answer him. Meaning, if Devin want to become a jabber and be typical Devin, that is a nightmare for a Gervonta Davis. I mean, Gervonta Davis will be a nightmare for him in that fashion. You hang a jab out there too long. You hang one of those long range, long distance shots out there too long, and you overshoot. You undershoot. Tank will make you pay. He can get under your shots. Touching him ain't going. And on top of that, Tank is the kind who I think will be pressing Devin. So Devin will have to be moving that jab while going backwards, losing more power. He will have to fight literally going backwards against Tank. Tank will eat that real estate up, losing even more power. So if Devin wanted to jab and get into that jabbing posture, he will have to deal with that uppercut that comes from the bottom of B-more. He will have to deal with a left hand that a left hook that Tank got is just monstrous. Tank ducks undershots and comes from the bottom up. These things would hinder a Devin Haney. And if you're concerned about being hit, if you're concerned about that punch that Jorge Linares landed on you, well, how do you think he's going to approach a Tank fight? Cautious, very cautious. Bill will want him to be cautious. They will want to throw as many rounds in the bank as they possibly can. But you only gonna be able to get but so many, bro. And Tank can box. which means that every little step you take, he gonna be right there with you. He will be there every little step you take. You will be together. I'm telling you, he gonna be right there with you every step. His feet is just as fast as yours. And Tank has much better upper body reflexes than Devin. Tank's specialty is his upper body movement and head movement. If that jab ain't landing, counter punches are coming. All of that favors Tank. And if you get into a brawl, well, forget about it. Forget about it. You know what I mean? Forget about it. Let's listen to Bill Haney speak about his son, man. And Bill was very proud of his son, as he should be. You know what I'm saying? I be, like I said, man, I be having issues with some of the shit that come out of Bill Haney's mouth. Lord knows I do, with the dragging through the mud and the tearing fighters down and so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, man, he got to be a proud dad right about now. He's taking his son from the bottom to the top. I mean, guiding him every step of the way. For him to stand back and see what he's seeing right now, he got to be a proud papa. Real spill. Raised a good young man too. Devin ain't no bad kid. You know what I'm saying? He gets knocked on his whole homeschooling and looking both ways before he crossed the street. I know he holds his fork a certain kind of way, and that's cool. But at the end of the day, Bill raised a good kid. You know what I'm saying? And he should be proud of his kid for the performances that he's been putting in and how far he's came thus far. And I'm expecting for Bill to overhype. We all should be expecting for Bill to overhype. That's what he do. He's number one pound for pound. He's special. He's even talking about Terrence Crawford, all this stuff. So Bill is on his job. Let's just listen to a little bit of Bill.
He's truly special. And take nothing away from the guys at 130, 140, 147. But when we talk about them, they're good. But Devin is special, and I think he showed that tonight. His ability to handicap a fighter. Whatever the fighter does special, you guys won't get a chance to see it against Devin, because that's just the kind of fight.
I got to stop right there for a second. Let's not make it like we have not seen that, bruh. We just seen Shakur taking tools away from fighters. I get it. Your son has done that, but let's not act like he's the only guy in that realm. That's how you would think the way Bill is talking, like no one else is doing these type of things. No one else is doing what Devin is doing. He's taking tools away. He's making these guys look ordinary. Shakur's been taking tools away. Tank has been getting knockouts. Teo has already had all of the belts at 35 before Devin. So let's not make it like he is alone on the island or some shit. That's not the case. You know what I mean? It's just not, you know. Let's listen to some more.
And as far as 147 pounds, when looking at legacy, and so many people right now tarnish the sport of boxing by saying belts don't matter. We look to continue being a legacy, Devin being a legacy fighter. 147. He went up from 135 and challenged 140 pound WBC champion, and he has the ability to go up and be a 3-division world champion and undisputed at 25. And I think that's a Hall of Fame statement. And
hold on, let me stop right there. Now, hold on. First off, he took a major shot at Tank. We need to start acting like belts don't matter. I actually agree with Bill on that. You 100% right. And I've never been part of that crew. I've never joined that. I've never jumped on that train. I think boxing fans are tripping when they sit around talking about some belts don't matter, or any fighter for that matter. They run around talking about some belts don't matter. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. That gives the sport somewhat of structure. Without belts, we have no system at all. What's the purpose of these fighters fighting? It's all for money and popularity. But every fighter is not known on social media. Every fighter ain't a Twitter expert or a YouTube expert. Some fighters fight for the glory of having that trophy, that belt, to show that I beat the best in the world and became the best in the world. And when boxing fans run around okaying these fighters to say belts don't matter, y'all are delusional. I don't care who the fighter is. So at the end of the day, I can understand that. But here's the deal. I feel that way. And I'm a traditional old school boxing fan. And this is something that Bill can't. I understand what he's saying. But the people keep choosing this on Tank. The people say these things. No one is orchestrating this. This is how they say. This is what they do for Tank. They say these things. They call him the face of boxing. And the only word that matters in these conversations are the people. I can say it. You can say, oh no, he ain't. But if the masses of people are running around to man, Tank is the face of boxing, I can walk out my house right now and walk down the street and literally pull 10 people to the side and ask how many of them know Tank Davis. They will all know Tank Davis. But if I ask any of them, do you know any other fighter? Terrence Crawford, even Earl Spence. Do you know Deontay Wilder? People look at me crazy. Who? What did he play? He played golf? No, he played tennis. Who? Wilder. They don't know these folks. We get caught into this boxing bubble like these dudes are known. These dudes are not known. The only one that's transcended that bubble that I see is Gervonta Davis. He's the only one. The wives know his name. My girl know who he is. My girl come to me all the time. When the next time Tank fighting? All the time. I'll be like, what the hell? Why do you care? I like Tank. I don't know what it is, fight fans. It's sizzle. Simple as that. So you can try to undo it. You can talk against it. You can say, hey, it's the and I'm with you, bruh. I'm with you. But the people ain't hearing it. They just ain't. The only hear me and hear me clear. The only way, and the Haney's just gonna have to accept this gift / curse. The only way that you ever going to even be, you can't buy your way through this, homie. You're gonna have to beat them. It's the only way. If you don't beat Tank, you can talk to you blue in the face. Yeah, your people may run. You may get a few boxing fans to get behind, bro. Until you beat them, you can talk to you blue in the face. When Tank fights next year, watch how big that shit be. And everyone knows he ain't fought this person. He ain't fought that person. Everyone knows it. I've done 1,000 videos on it. Everyone's done videos on it. It's well known. People don't care. They see something in Tank that resonates with them. I don't say what you say. I heard at the press conference before the fight, they had to ask Devin like, "Yo, you got on fingernail polish?" Now, when the hell have we ever seen Devin Haney walking around with fingernail polish? He doing it because he seen Tank doing it. Tank walking around with purses and fingernail polish and all of that. I can't get with it. That's nothing from my era. Dudes from my era, man, we look at something like that, man, we laugh. But from this era, they love it. You see Devin following suit. Maybe I should paint my fingernails neon green or whatever the hell they got going on. He painting his fingernails now. Real spill. They trying to replicate what Tank got going. You can't do it, bruh. I don't care how many purses you wear or fingernail polish you put on or furs you put on or whatever, bruh. Tank is Tank. He is who he is. The only way that you would ever get that sort of admiration is you have to beat him. It's the only way. You can't talk it. The more you talk, all you piss off a lot of people. You may rah your people a bit, but I don't know, bro. I look at it as manufactured. It just looks so manufactured. So I understand what Bill is saying. You know, people need to get off of this whole belts don't matter and we doing it the right way. You know, we checking all of the boxes. You know, we're looking both ways before we cross the street. We wearing the napkin. We tucking our napkin into our collar when we sit down and eat. We doing all of the right things. But y'all like the guy at the end of the table that's just digging his face into his plate and throwing the forks and spoons on the floor and just grabbing the food with his hands and just stuffing it in his mouth. Y'all love that guy. Meanwhile, we're sitting at the other end with napkins tucked in, violins playing behind us. We've washed our hands before we ate. We're the neat ones. Why don't y'all like neat? That's what Bill is saying. Love us. We're doing it the right way, for crying out loud. Yo, that's your definition. The people have spoken, Holmes, and the people's choice is Javonte Davis. There's nothing you can do about it but beat him and stop running for cover behind Eddie. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep going.
That's one of the options that's on there. He's creating. You know, he's something special, man. Man, he's truly special. And take nothing.
Okay. I mean, you supposed to say that. You the proud papa. I agree. Devin is doing some really, really good things. Really good things, especially since he's 25 years old. But once again, Lomachenko wasn't the Loma. You know, when Teo took that sizzle off Loma, it would have been nice if that was Devin. You know, that's all I'm saying. If when he fought Loma, see, if Shakur would have beat Loma, that's Shakur moving up in weight to fight Loma. But in your case, that's Loma moving up in weight to fight y'all after coming off of a loss. I'm supposed to forget all that, huh? We supposed to forget all that. Ain't matter. Him beating Lomachenko is so super special, and everything he's doing is so special, even though it's been done already. I hear you, man. I hear you. Let's listen to the Haneys speak about Javonte Davis. And it took both of them to chime in on Tank with this. Let's listen in.
He don't want to fight because if he really wanted to fight, then he would be trying to build up the fight instead of trying to knock it down or try to say, oh, I'm only selling because of this or because of that. If he really wanted to fight me, he would be making it that it's a big fight and it's the best fight for boxing. But he only talk down on the fight. But like I said many times, they say everything but let's fight.
Nobody has.
I'm gonna stop right there before Bill starts. Look, man, he mad because Tank is talking down on the fight or his team is talking down on the fight or whatever. No, they just putting you in your place. See, don't throw rocks and hide your hand, homie. Don't do that. Y'all have talk shit for as much as I can, as far as I can. Tank barely tweet. He tweets more so than anything. And I get it. His team, they got the whole Rise podcast stuff where they talk a lot of stuff. Listen to me and listen to me clear. Javonte Davis's team, as much as I got a ton of respect for Calvin Ford, the whole squad, I really, really do. But they don't make no decisions in that realm. That's not their area. It's great for entertainment. It's great for talk, but they have nothing to do with that. If you want to talk X's and O's, what Tank does well, what he doesn't does well, what is his strong points, what is his weak points, that's to me the conversation that Tank's team should have. But when we're talking about what Tank is going to do next, who he should fight, and they have absolutely nothing to do with that. They don't make no decisions whatsoever. Tank is the boss, and Tank takes orders from Al. They just do whatever gets passed down, and they prepare Tank for whatever gets passed down to them. And that's just keeping it 100. And I got a ton of respect for Calvin Ford. But they don't have that. They don't have that kind of authority, unfortunately. And so when it comes to, Tank talking down on the fight and all of this, all Tank is doing is using his soapbox to combat you and your thousands of platforms that you pay. He comes out with a tweet and letting it be known that you ain't not A side. I'm still in control of this situation. I'm still the top dog, and he just lets it be known. Y'all get carried away. Bill overhypes Devin. He lies a lot. So Tank got to keep coming out and keep stomping them down and putting them in a place where they rightfully belong. Stop acting like y'all me, like y'all doing things like me. You did. He moved up and knocked out Barrios, slept Barrios. Y'all not doing the things he doing. He's doing gate numbers that y'all only can dream of. So I get it. You saying he talking down, but how about all of the shit that y'all got out here, bro? Matter of fact, these Haneys should be the last ones talk about somebody talking down on something. I haven't heard y'all mention Russell's name since that whole situation then played out. When y'all gonna talk about Russell? Gary Antoine is right there. I need Gary to get that belt. When Gary get that belt at 140, it's over. It's over. Y'all can keep looking beyond him. You know he did. Bill knows he's sitting right there. Bill just don't want to say his name, and he know why. They all know. See, they thought it was cool to pick on 26 Gary, but they forgot that he had a little brother that operates right there where they at. And you notice they ain't said a word. Straight, but that time coming. That time is coming. So at the end of the day, look, man, all of the crap that y'all done put out here on Shakur, all of the crap that y'all done put out here on the Russells, all of the crap that y'all done ran around here paying these damn broke ass YouTubers to run around here and then to regurgitate. Nah, Tank is fighting all of that. Shakur couldn't fight that. It was tough for Shakur to fight that. Shakur was telling everybody, I say these things because of all of the outlets that they have, they get their word out. And I don't have that. See, they can't do that with Tank. They can do that with Shakur. Because Shakur is he's a quiet kid for the most part. His fighting style is not as exciting as Tank. The people hasn't warmed up to Shakur as much as they warmed up to Tank. And so, yeah, you can't out your mini platforms cannot beat the platform of Gervonta Davis. And so it hurts them when he comes out and puts them down and then puts them in their place because there's nothing they can do about it. Just like Bill Haney, and I caught him in this press conference. He wanted to talk about Terrence Crawford. He was trying to take this conversation into the Crawford realm, but he pumped his brakes. He pumped his brakes and he pumped them quick. Hey, bro, don't wake up a sleeping giant, bro. Don't wake up a sleeping giant. Don't wake up a sleeping giant. We're gonna hear those comments, fight fans, too. But let's continue to listen in on Bill Haney.
Man, he's truly special.
I'm sorry.
Don't want to fight
We're gonna
because
listen to
if he
Devin
really
a little
wanted to
over
fight,
again.
then he would be trying to build up the fight instead of trying to knock it down or try to say, oh, I'm only selling because of this or because of that. If he really wanted to fight me, he would be making it that it's a big fight and it's the best fight for boxing. But he only talk down on the fight. But like I said many times, they say everything but let's fight.
Nobody has outdid Devin, in terms of Tank's dance partners. You don't have to down the other fighter to validate what you are and what you bring to the table. Tank and his team have consistently lied to the people. They created this narrative that because you make money or because you charge the people some astronomical money for a fight that that the guy is going to lose because obviously what is it when the betting line doesn't even reflect as much money as that the guy is charging. So the message to all the fans: stop letting Tank and his team piss on your head and tell you it's rain with these fights, these insignificant fights. You know what I mean? They're saying it's for the culture. Devin represents the culture and represents boxing and what boxing should be and what boxing is. Hey, the little lady with.
See, this is what I don't see. Listen, man, you can't tell the culture what the culture is. The culture picked they have their choice. This is what I'm talking about. Bill Haney want to tell the culture, well, y'all shouldn't like this one, or you shouldn't like him because he's so this and he is so that and he is so that. Meanwhile, the people are like, no, he walks like me, he talks like me. You know what I'm saying? He comes from where I come from. He has a story that's similar to mine. That's what they looking at, and you tend to forget all of that part. That's the part that you forget. And on top of that, people feel like when they watch Tank, they get their money's worth. Last time I checked, bro, when he came out here to DC and fought Hector Garcia fight fans. But guess what? That place was rocking. You had black, white, and other all in solidarity, loving what Tank was doing in that ring. Packed to the rafters. Packed to the freaking, people hanging out the windows to see him fight Hector Garcia. Imagine Devin fighting Hector Garcia, what that shit would do. Nothing. And you may say, well instead of he giving y'all not the best. They loving him. Listen, bro, I can't tell you what it is. other than just say it's the Mike Tyson thing. I can't tell you what it is. And you can't talk against that, bro. It's magic. But more you sit there and try to bring the brother down, constantly using his name to build your son's profile. Hell, you can argue to say the last few years you've been building Devin on Tank's back, but you want to diss Tank, but you ain't dissing when you was using his clout. The same clout that I'm sure you're going to use in your next fight, the same exact clout. So it's cool, you sit here and talk that shit about Tank, and don't let him do this and don't let him do that. At the end of the day, look, Tank is still young. The thing that a lot of people don't talk about is that Tank's ceiling is still high. I always ask this question, and I don't know if I got a solid answer yet. Has Tank even entered his prime? Why you rushing him? Has he entered his prime? Why you telling people, well, he ain't done this and he ain't done that? There's a lot of more fights to come, Holmes. A lot more. You don't know what Tank is going to do when it's all said and done. Because Lord knows if Tank get a name, Slim, he will. Then people, if you give Tank the right name, all he needs is to check that box, that name box. Then the arguments about face of boxing and all of that, it's going to have a lot more validity. And it ain't going to be nothing that nobody can do about it. I would sit here and admit to y'all, dog. Do I want to see Tank fight better competition? 100%. 100%. Do I think he has time to fight this competition? 100%. Do I think he's entering that time frame where the heat need to be turned up now? Absolutely. Absolutely. But we got time. I think these next 2 to 3 years for Gervonta Davis is going to be pivotal. Very pivotal. So don't forget, Bill, you're not talking about somebody that's 33, that's 34, 35 years old. Why you trying to tell people what he hasn't done or who he's fought? Let's not forget, and keep in mind, since you want to talk bad about the people he fought, one of the people he fought, you desperately trying to fight. You talking about his dance partners. Meanwhile, you hoping that Ryan Garcia looks y'all way. Tank already beat Ryan. What y'all got to say about that? You trying to fight one of his dance partners that you dissing. How the hell you trying to fight one of his he ain't fought nobody. Meanwhile, your next fight, you are hoping and praying is one of Tank's leftovers. Come on, Joe. See what I be saying about them? The side talk, the double talk. Tank ain't fought nobody, but we want to fight exactly who he fought. That makes perfect sense. Tank ain't listen, the people that buy into Gervonta Davis, they want to buy into Gervonta Davis. That's what you're trying to force people to buy into Devin Haney, and that makes it unauthentic. That's all I'm saying. And that's all I'm saying, fight fans. So I'm gonna leave the audio right there for now, man. And I hear what Bill is saying, and it may be even a bit frustrating to them. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's one of those nice guys finish last type things. You know what I'm saying? Where you got the guy that's out here, he's nice to the women, he's respectful, he's always dressed nice. He's just a nice. He opens the door. Women get in the car, he's holding the door for her, he's holding her seat at the table. Oh, he's the nice guy. And then as soon as the nice guy go to sleep at night, what happens? Women creeping out the house, going to the club to fuck with the messed up dude. And it's frustrating to the nice guy. Like, what have I done wrong? Why would she do me this way? I don't understand. I'm so nice and neat. I wear cardigan sweaters everywhere I go. What am I doing wrong? I'm and it just can't. It's the thing. It's the thing. It's frustrating. I get it. But at the end of the day, it's human nature. Can't describe it, man. The people like what they like. Y'all can keep on trying to, make some cracks in that. Y'all can keep on trying to break that down. But I can almost tell you, man, all y'all work gets wiped out every time Tank fights. All of the dissing, all of the videos, all of the live streams, and all of that shit. And y'all have had the people with you for a second sometimes. And Oh man, yeah. People look, yeah, you're right. Tank ain't fought no until Tank fights. And then everyone's paying attention. Everyone shuts the hell up. It's just like Bud Crawford. Same thing. Same thing. Oh yeah, Bud ain't this and Bud ain't that. Oh, I can't stand Bud. Oh, who is Bud Crawford? He's a bad businessman. He is so wrong for the sport of boxing until he fights. And then you're watching. And then you're criticizing. That's how it goes. And I guarantee you that Javante Davis's next fights, the Haney's will be front seat. Front and center. You know what I'm saying? Front and center. And I got one more here, fight fans. Let me see here. Hold on. I did have one more audio. I don't think I played this one. And no, I don't think I uploaded it. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Give me a half a second. And this is the one when they were speaking about pound for pound, man. Oh man, they did a good one where they wanted to talk about Bud Crawford. And he was even, because he was talking about him going up to 147 and it may even think about challenging Bud Crawford. And I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here, bro. But anyway, he's saying that Devin Haney should be number one pound for pound in a nutshell. Like, who's doing what Devin Haney is doing? Listen, like I said at the top of this live stream, I'm not even going to waste my energy and time in speaking about a fight or who's number one pound for pound between Devin Haney and Terrence Crawford. I'm not even wanting to even put these two names in the same sentence. Okay, I'm not even going to. I did this shit as a joke. I did a short a little while ago joking about Devin Haney and Terrence Crawford. It did like 12,000 views. It was insane. It was done as a joke, satire. I didn't think. I'm not gonna go no deeper than that. I'm not gonna go no deep because if I go deeper than that, it'll start to get a little ugly. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know when it comes to these Crawford conversations, yeah, we take the gloves off. So I'm trying to keep it real respectful for little Devin. You know what I'm saying? So let's just keep it clean. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it clean. You know what I mean? But for that being said, though, fight fans, that's pretty much it. That's all I'm gonna rock out with for the night, man. I just look at it this way, man. Devin Haney's future, if we're gonna talk about what's next, the best probable thing, and I think honestly the more realistic thing should be him and Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? He should go after Ryan Garcia. They should sit down and try to come up with something to make that fight happen. It's a huge fight. It develops a lot of momentum. It keeps Devin names in the headline in the headlines. It gives Ryan a significant fight. Y'all on the same network. All of the politics lined up. Y'all should be going after that fight right there. You know what I'm saying? Real spill. Now Haney is not number one pound for pound, respectively. I'll give him. I'm gonna sit down and do a list, man. He may have moved into my top five though. I got to keep it a buck. He may have moved into my top five, mainly because we got to take Earl, we got to take Jamil Charlo out, and that may get him bumped up. That might get him bumped up. Teo lost a couple fights ago. So I'm gonna sit down and really sit down and think about this. But it's hard pressed for me not to put Devin in the top five. Beating Loma, moving up to beat Regis, undisputed. Yeah, Cambosos. But in comparison to what's going on around the sport, I gotta ask myself: is anybody doing anything better? You know what I mean? Real spill. Yeah. Of course, Halo. You know, he got a whole squad. It's more than them, bro. It's way more than that. You know what I'm saying? See, Mainman know all of these things. Trust me. I know it all. You know what I mean? It's way more than them. But, you know, I ain't going to put nobody's name out there. You know, let them get their cash. It's just, I hate the fact that it's more so just to down other people. You know what I'm saying? Crabs in the burrow and shit. I don't like that. You know what I mean? I don't really like that. They're going to fight Rolly. Man, they ain't going to be able to fight Rolly. Bro, Al Heyman is not gonna do them boys no favor. He ain't doing them peoples no favor. Unless he can't give them dates, and they need some dates and they need some fights. If Al can't get them dates, then they'll look to jump ship. But if Al got dates, they not going nowhere. Al is not going to help the zone out when he's just starting a relationship with Amazon. That's just the most ridiculous thing. He wants Amazon to shine, not the zone. You know what I mean? Not the zone. Boxing is a frustrating sport. It's supposed to be a man sport, but these dudes act like they pussy respectfully, man. Yeah, they do. Money, bro. Money changes everything. Money in sports. Money in sports. With that being said, fight fans, I'm up out of here, man. I want to say thank you to everybody, man. Do the homie a favor, man, and hit that thumbs up on the way out if you did not hit it on the way in. I want to say I appreciate each and every one of y'all fight fans. We're going to keep on rolling well into 2024. You know what I'm saying? We got one more card to look forward, well, two more cards to look forward to before the year ends. PBC's final card that they're going to put over there on Showtime, and of course the big heavyweight showdown at the end of the month, right before Christmas. Really looking forward to seeing my main man Deontay Wilder back in the ring. Be on the lookout. I'm working on the first look for Daniel Dubois and Jarrell Big Baby Miller. So be on the lookout for that video. It should be dropping within the next 2 days or so. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I get that out in time, well before their fight go down. I'm real disappointed in myself a little bit for not being able to do the first look video for Devin Haney and Regis Prograis, but I just didn't get around to doing that in time. You know what I'm saying? So the next one that's going to drop in the next couple of days, look out for the Daniel Dubois versus Jarrell Big Baby Miller first look. Really looking forward to this heavyweight card going down at the end of the year, and boxing gonna keep on rolling into 2024. First big fight that's been announced for January. We got Virgil Ortiz coming on back. So boxing is going to keep on pushing, keep on moving. And let's just hope, man, that we get the fights that we want to see sometime in the future. Major salute to my homie, man, out there in Mexico, to my main man, Renee Box Young, man. I hope all is well with you, Renee. Hope all is well, champ. He says, yo, man, tell Rolly to go sit down somewhere and keep his mouth shut and grind. Facts, bro. Bro, look, Rolly is a temporary champion, bro. Somebody about to get that belt up off. Somebody. Who, I don't know. One of the sharks that's in that water is going to get it off. Rolly is just buying time. That's all Rolly is doing. Rolly is just buying time, walking the plank, because everybody, in my opinion, beats Rolly. The only one that Rolly would probably have a lot of success with is probably Regis, because of Regis' feet. But I think Ryan beats him. Teo would destroy him. Devin box circles around him. Rolly is just there. He lost to the 40-year-old dog. He lost to the old man. So Rolly's just killing time, bro. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Just as simple as that. And I like that new. What's that kid? I meant to talk a little bit more about this. What's that dude? Pyro. That's my first time really seeing him fight. The one that took out Montana Love. I like Shawty, man. You remind me of a little small Dimitri Pirogue or something. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my first time watching. I'll be definitely keeping my eyes on him, man. I like Slim. I like the way he fought that fight. I like his demeanor. He reminds me, like I said, he reminds me of a Dimitri Pirogue. He really do. So I'm gonna be keeping my eye on that kid right there, man. I liked him, man. He wiped out Montana Love, man. It is what it is. I was never high on Montana Love like that, Thought he was just more flash than actual substance, and looked like my calculations on him was right. But I like that dude Pyro that beat him, man. And I think Slim gonna be somebody that we're gonna have to definitely keep our eyes and watch out for him. You know what I mean? Halo Gods Media Entertainment says, yo, Ryan wins that. Yeah, Ryan beats Rolly. Ryan beats Rolly. You do gotta wonder, and you know what? Thinking about that, Oscar would definitely take Ryan towards Rolly, get him a belt, and maybe then look Devin Haney's way after that. If Devin Haney can't land Ryan Garcia, he gonna be in a world of shit. People don't even look. I get it. The noise is gonna be loud, talking about Tank and Shakur and all that. But when the rubber meets the road, if he don't get Ryan, where would he go? I don't think he's locked in. Listening to Eddie Hearn in recent interviews, Eddie mentioned that he does have options on Devin's next fight. But like he said, it all depends on if I can line someone up for Devin. It all depends on that stuff. If not, I mean, he's not gonna. And respect to Eddie Hearn, for thinking like that. But he ain't gonna hold him if he got nobody for him to fight. Same way with Canelo. He had no one. Canelo ran through Eddie's entire stable. He had no one left for him to fight. Where would Devin go, especially on big name status, if he can't land Ryan Garcia? I don't know, bro. That's tough, bro. If Devin does good numbers with Ryan, Tank would have to agree to 50-50. Yeah, I don't think they'll do no million, no 1 point, whatever him and Ryan did. I don't think it'll come nowhere near that. But that'll be a good start. That'll be a good start. Help him get his numbers up. That'll increase his bargaining power. I will agree to that. But he got a lot of ground to eat up to catch up with Javante. Javante literally has the people, bro. So I hear you. And it's a good point, man. It's a good point. It's a good point. What's up to my homie Roster, man? Salute to your Roster. He said, yo, what up, man? Hope everything is good your way, man. Catching you while working. Salute to the chat, man. Salute to the homie Roster, man, coming on through, showing some love, man. Yeah, man. So, hey, look, man. Hey, Think says Ryan versus Rolly. Ugh. It's a fight that the casuals are gonna love. It has the marketing power. It has the appeal. I will admit. It has the appeal. But once again, well, then again, PBC would do business with Ryan, especially if they're trying to woo him. But right now, I just don't see PBC doing anything outside of their stable, man. We'll see, fight fans. We'll see it until this Amazon deal get the rolling and getting up and fully rolling, and their whole situation is laid out. They only got just this one Amazon deal on the table. That's 12 to 14 dates. That's not enough dates. They're gonna have to back that up with another deal. So until PBC get their house in order, bro, I don't see them dealing with the other side right now. I just don't see it. You know what I mean? But as for Ryan and Rolly, I'll take it. But if I had my choice, I want to see Ryan fight Devin because he ducked Devin back in the day. He ducked. It's no other way to put it, fight fans. I don't care if you like Ryan or not. He ducked Devin Haney. He ducked him. He was ordered to fight Devin and he didn't do it. He had all of these supposed issues. Oh no, Ryan is tripping out because he had his heart broken, and he ain't want to deal with Devin Haney. Nah, So I would love to see Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney. I will hope for that fight. It would build more momentum towards the Tank fight, given that he is a common opponent. But once again, to Bill Haney, don't run around criticizing Javante Davis's opposition when you're sitting here pressing the fighter's opposition. You get me? Have a good night. next one, man. Y'all be blessed out there. Stay stress and sucker free. Remember, the devil is everywhere, omnipresent, everywhere at the same time. He wants you sad, depressed, thinking that you are not more than a conqueror. Y'all go out there and rule and be great. Real spill. Have a blessed night, everybody. Thanks for rocking out with me tonight, and I really appreciate each and every one of y'all. And until the next video, man, please. Oh, wrong one. It is nighttime, right? Let's go out real chill. I can understand that point, bro. I can understand that. I definitely don't want the pit bull fight. We'll talk more about that. I hear you, homie. The numbers don't say that, though. The numbers just don't say that. You know what I mean? The veil's been lifted, but the numbers just don't say that, homie. They just don't say that. We'll see by the next fight. Hey, man, salute to Regis Prograis for making no excuses. Salute to Regis Prograis for making no excuses.